Here in Uganda, once a girl gets married, there is expectation of paying dowries, and the parents see it as the way to get income.
So, what does a teenage girl do in Uganda if no one cares for her? The only options they have, maybe if they're not educated, they might go to the quarries, they might go as a maid, but both of these options don't earn them a living. Some of them sell themselves.
They end up getting pregnancies, early marriages, and also sexually transmitted diseases. My name is Lucky Asimwe, the founder and the managing director of Kitojo Community Vocational Training Institute. I was raised as a single orphan, and I lost my dad at the age of 6 years. We had no food, no school fees, and going to a local primary school was really difficult until I found a sponsor. When I finished primary, I found another sponsor to take me through secondary school, and I went through secondary to university, and I studied tourism and hospitality management. I graduated in the year 2019. It's when I thought I should not go to work. Instead, I should focus on supporting the girls. When I was offering a guide to a tourist from England, I told her the story about those girls, and we generated ideas of doing a skills training center. In the year 2019, it's when I realized that it is not really enough to help the adolescents to acquire the skills when their young ones are still falling in the same cycle. So I chose to start a kindergarten and primary school, which is called Kitojo Empowered Girls School. Running a project was not easy because these girls needed facilitation, needed food, needed instructors to attend them. It was really difficult, and we were depending on the donations to keep the project running. Through donations, we kept going, and I was so lucky enough that in the year 2020, I found amazing people from Germany, Mr. Frank and his dear wife, Antje.
If I were able to do so, I would send every child in Uganda to school. But unfortunately, I can't. I just don't have the means. But there are other things that we can do. We can support schools and vocational institutes.
Focus at the disadvantaged girls, and we do select them mostly by head hunting. We reach out them to see where they live, to see what they eat, what they are passing through, and then we bring them on board.
Kaka yagaga kuhinga alebeka ngo nabona school fees nazayishimira nayiga nareba namara P7 Kinamazire amezi 3 ntajya ishomero navuganaho director Mr. Sinyeraki yambuza ko tari ishomero nenshi namujyanisha nga ya school fees nangwa yamaza yambuzora urenda ugumise mose mu secondary ninga wenda kutema shortcut. Namugarukamo ngenda kutema shortcut yajyanwe nyenza karenze ishomero ari Kitojo Vocational Training Institute.
So they go to this vocational institute for a year and learn skills like sewing, hair braiding, bakery, but they also learn some basic English and they get some counseling about how to deal with customers, for example, and how to start a business. And the best of the girls might even get a machine afterwards, a sewing machine or a microloan to start their own businesses afterwards.
Helen was part of us in the year 2024, and she trained for 1 year, got all the required skills in tailoring and knitting, so she was able to produce good quality things, and she's right now in the market. And she was lucky that she received also a loan from the school that she's able to invest and get more and more things to sell in the market, and she's earning a living. She's able to pay back her loan in time, and also she's paying school fees for her younger sister. In the next 5 to 10 years, this skills training center will be supporting over 500 girls. We are looking at not only providing the skills, but also offer the extension of academic education by giving them ordinary levels so that when they finish senior faculties, they are able to have advanced their mind. If any of my girls would watch this documentary in future, I would encourage her to be bold, to be brave, and to be courageous, for the future is always bright. As the quote says, when you educate a man, you educate an individual, but when you educate a girl, you educate the world.
Ich möchte mich hier aus Uganda besonders bei den deutschen Spendern und Förderern bedanken. Viele, die unsere Erwartungen bei weitem übertroffen haben. Und die Spenden haben viel Gutes bewirkt. Es wurden Gebäude errichtet, es wurde Infrastruktur geschaffen. Der tägliche Bedarf der Schule konnte gesichert werden. Vielen Dank dafür. Wir sind einen weiten Weg gegangen, aber es liegt noch ein weiter Weg vor uns. Es gibt noch viel zu tun, viel zu verbessern. Bis hierhin, vielen Dank.